Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial brought to you by Programmium. Guys, as you know, this is 14th video for our Java playlist, and in our previous video we covered some practical applications of loops, and they were really awesome applications. And in this video we have decided to cover some concepts like debugging and how many types of errors totally exist in all applications and how to remove those errors. So without any further delay, let's get started. So guys, now you can see that I have opened my IntelliJ IDE, and this is the program that we have created in our previous video, and we got some errors here at line number 36, and there were some other errors in this application that we resolved. So to see how many types of errors totally exist, we will create our new Java file. So now we have obtained our debugging Java file. I am closing this file, and let us first put our main method here. And what does this debugging word mean? Let me put a comment here and we will see what is debugging. So let me write it here like this, debugging. And what does this mean? D in English means, English means to remove something. And if you have watched our first video of this Java playlist, then you would be familiar to what does these bugs mean. Bugs mean errors. So now you have an idea what does this debugging word mean. So the word debugging means to remove errors from our applications. So let us see our. So guys, if you have seen our this video number 10, then you might have an idea that what kind of errors may occur in our application. And in this video we have seen a very complex and important error that just prevents our application to run correctly. So to deal with these errors, we have to use debugging so that our application may run properly. So if you don't know what was the error, then must watch this video number 10. And now I am going to open IntelliJ IDE again. So guys, how to remove these errors from our applications? So first we will see here what kind of errors we will be dealing with our Java applications. There could be two errors. One is syntax error and the second one is logical error. So guys, now we will be seeing what are these syntax and logical errors. So let us put a heading here, syntax error. And what does this syntax error mean? Let us use double quotation mark. And now we will enter what does this syntax error is. Syntax error, I am giving some example here, like if I am declaring some variable here like number, and I used here something like that, and you will notice some red line have appeared here and it is saying that not a statement. But what we want to do here, you can see here that either we can put some semicolon here, but we want to initialize this number. So syntax error here, that we use proper syntax assigned by the Java community to use everything. So if we don't put a semicolon here, of course we will get an error here, and to resolve that error we have to put some semicolon here. And this was also a syntax error. If we want to use here string and write this string with small s and use here message is equals to hello world, and of course you will see some error here. And what is that error? That error is cannot resolve simple string, because according to Java the syntax is use capital S for strings. So this was again a syntax error here. And again, if I am using here for loop, and what we are going to do here, and if we directly put here some condition and some and put a semicolon here, and after that we have used here operation. And if you have watched our for loop video, then you have an idea that we have to use here three statements. So we have missed here our initialization step, so that's the reason it's again showing us an error, that either it expects a semicolon here, or it is also cannot resolve operation here. So syntax for our Java application for loop is that we use some number here, and what if we don't initialize it? So we don't initialize it and we just put some condition on it, and after that we have used some here like this kind of operation. So it is saying that here variable number one might have been initialized. So it is again a syntax error here. What if we don't put this curly braces here, and again it is saying an error. And what is that error? Expected a curly brace. So let us put it again. So here, but what if I put this here? So you have seen that IntelliJ had automatically corrects this indentation here. So these all are the syntax error. And if you got any kind of syntax error, then the compiler won't be able to run this or compile this application, because your application is not according to the syntax of the Java. So these are the errors that are very easy to find, and to deal with these errors you have to be very comfortable with your IDE, and your IDE helps you very much in this area. You can also see here that the variable number one might not have been initialized, and this is the exact line, and if you double click on it you will be brought to that line. And again I am using here 23, it is again saying that it is exist on line number 23. So by the way, this is not an error here, this is just a warning that this number have not been used further in our applications. Until we don't use that number, this warning sign here would remain constant. So again, if I am using here number, then you can see that our warning had gone. But again we got a error here, and that error is we have missed some like you can say that semicolon. I am removing the semicolon, and you would say that expected semicolon at the end of 25 line. But again an error had occurred here, and what is that error? That it is not a statement, and for that we have to use here like this number plus plus increment operator. So number is assigned but never accessed at line number 23. So there are lot of errors. Actually these warnings are not errors, but they are just hints by the IDE that these variables or these statements are not used. And IDE is just telling you that if you don't have any important work for them to do, then you can just delete it, or you can use it in your program. So ID is again helping us. So now we got an error on line number 24, and it is saying that number 1 might not have been initialized. Yes, the number is not initialized here. So the only error here is this number. So if I am putting here south and print here number is and used here number, then all the errors have been gone. So either we can do this or either we can delete this. Again, for statement has empty body one, and we got only one warning here that for statement have empty body, and we don't want to do that. We will just use here south hello world, and now all our errors have been gone right now. So these were the syntax errors that I want to introduce to you right now. So what are these syntax errors? What could be their definition? And how can we define a syntax error? So now we will define it in simple words, that you have to copy rules from Java, and if you don't, then you got these errors. So I hope so. This is the simplest example of these syntax errors in Java. So now we will see what are these logical errors. So these are the most trickiest and complex errors you will see in your applications. So what are these logical errors? First, let us delete this. And now we will see our scenario that we have seen in our previous video. And what was that scenario? Let me just open that file. What was that file? That file was loops examples. So I am copying these stuffs from here and pasting it here. So what was that error? That error was we used here equal sign. So let me close it and run this application to show you again what was the error. So guys, now compiler is asking us how many numbers you want to enter. I am using here 6, and the number 1 is equals to 23, other is again 23, 32, 33, 55, and the 6th number is 67. But why is compiler asking here the 7th number? I am using here 88. So our total sum is 321, but the average is 53. So now we will see in our calculator, is this an error? I'm opening my calculator. So I have opened my calculator here, and what is the first number? First number is 23 plus 23 plus 32 plus 33 plus 55 plus 67 and then plus 88. So our result is 321. So 321 is perfect. Our sum is perfect. So how many numbers are here? Our numbers are here 6. So 321 divided by 6 is equals to 53.5 here. So now you have a question that our sum and the average is same and fine, then where is the error? So I am opening this side by side. So guys, let me tell you what is the error here. First, we have to enter 6 numbers here, but how many numbers have we entered here? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and this 7th number here. So if we want our program to take 6 numbers, then why the program is asking the 7th number? This is a error here. So to remove these errors, what we have done here, we just remove this equal sign here, and after that, one more thing I would like to tell you here is that if this program is showing same correct results until now, then possibility is that there could be some conditions until which this program would show some faulty results. And just because these 6 inputs, we have to be uh, take inputs from the user 6 times. But again, if there is a 7th turn, then that means there could be some conditions until which this program would show some faulty results. So I am again running this, but this time I am entering here 4 number, and our first number is 250, second number is 550, and the third number is 1046, fourth number is 997. So our sum is this and average is this. Again, I am opening calculator here. So I have opened my calculator here, and this time I am using here 250 plus 550 plus 1046 plus 997, and our sum is 2843, and we have to divide this number by 4, and we got 710 as the average here. And I am pretty sure that this program would be very efficient. But guys, there is one more thing we have to deal with, is that this program is working fine, but as you can see that our average was 710 point something. So instead of using integer for variable a average, what we have to do, we have to cut this from here and declare a double variable here whose value should be this. So now I am hoping so that our results would be perfect. So how many numbers I'm using? 5, number 1 is 333, 555, 6, and this. So number 5th one is 90. So now our average is 1439.0. And so guys, now I am giving you a small assignment or task that you have to enter these values like this, and this, and this in calculator and perform their sum, and after that show their average. And if the results are same, then that means our program is working fine here. So guys, these were the logical errors that can encounter in your applications. So I am again commenting this out, and again I am showing other example of where could these logical errors happen. So first I am shouting here, and this is also have discussed in our previous video number 10. So I am just repeating that example to show what kind of errors and how complex errors these are. So I am using here enter your name, and using here scanner input is equals to new scanner system.in, and I am creating some string variables here, name, and the other one is message. So name is equals to input dot next, and the other one was message is equals to input dot next. So let me shout it, enter your message. So let me run it again, but first I have to stop it and show the user your name is name, and then again your message is message. Let us run it. So what is our name? Our name is Programium, and our message is keep coding until you succeed. So there is the error, our name is fine but our message was not just kept here. So our message was keep coding until you succeed, but we are getting here keep. So this is the error that we have encountered in video number 10, and to remove this error we have to use here next line. And now let us run it, and you will again get an error again. I am entering the same, and this time the compiler won't ask us for this message here. So again this is an error, and how to remove that error we have to use here in other. Let me just make an other instance of this variable here, of this class here. Let me just copy this and paste it here, but this time I am using here input1 and input1 dot next line, and hit enter here. So now I am entering here programming and keep coding. So now you can see that our message is fully printed here and our name is printed here. So guys, these was the errors here that can happen in your applications. So as you can have an idea that syntax errors are very easy to find, because compiler is your friend and it just helps you to find those errors. But to deal with logical errors, you are the only lonely person, and you only have to find what should be the error here and what could be the possibility that can show me the faulty results. So I have explained why was this error happening, and why we used here another instance of in scanner object here. So I suggest you to view our video number 10, and in that video we have explained why these errors were happening. So now we need to write here the definition of logical errors. These errors are due to faulty logics of a person. So this is the simplest example of logical errors, that these are due to the faulty logics of a person, because here we applied some wrong or faulty logic, and that's the reason we got some incorrect results here. And here was also our incorrect logic here that shows us different results. So guys, I hope so that these concepts would be clearer to you, and if you got any questions, ask me in the comments below. So enough for this video. Until our next video, stay tuned, and we will be coming with a brand new video that will be focusing on some informative concepts. So until our next video, stay tuned and like our videos, subscribe our channel and share with your friends. Goodbye.